So welcome back guys to the Chicago Payroll Data Exercise Solution lecture now. I hope you have already addressed all the questions and tasks according to the instructions which are given in the notebook. Let's move on and go through the possible solutions in this lecture. So the first thing is import pandas as PD. Should be very simple. Import pandas as PD. Let's run this code. So here it is. So question 2 is read City of Chicago payroll data.csv. Let's copy this one and read this one in pay. Pay equal to pd.read. So we have CSV file. Let's pass in the name. So pay equal to pd.read CSV, and this is the file name. Let's run this cell. Show first 5 records. Once again, this should be very simple. You need to call head, and head is default 5. So here we have the first 5 records. We have name, job title, department, full or part-time, salary, typical hours, annual salary, hourly rate. So moving forward, it gets the overview of the data set. I hope you still remember you can get info. So pay.info. So it should be pretty simple as well. Here we have 32,658 entries, total 8 columns, and 32,658 non-null, and somewhere here 7,883 are non-null, and there are some null values. And there are some null values in hours, annual salary, hourly rates. Moving forward, how many NaN or null values you have in each column in your data should be simple. So is null is useful here. Let's call is null on our data frame. So let's run this code. Here we have false, 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 true, true, true. So this is true, 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 false, false, false. So each column is telling which one is false and which one is true. So we are getting some false and trues in last 3 columns. So what we need to do, we want to know how many. This is a full data frame which is long, like dot dot dot, continue to up till end. So let's call sum on this one so that we can get the total number. So here we have name, there is no null, job title 0, salary and hourly 0. So last 3 columns we have 24, 7, 7, 5, 7, 8, 8, 8 null values, and this is 24,775. So moving forward, in question 5, he's asking for output the statistics for your data set. If you remember, we have a function describe. Let's call pay dot describe, and let's run this cell. So we have only one column in the output. Let's check its documentation. Shift Control, and we see include is none, which is default value. And none mean the result will include all numerical columns. So we want to include all columns, including numerical and non-numerical. To do this, we have to pass in include equal to all. So let's pass in include equal to all and run this cell. So here we have the same output. We get all the columns in the output now. So let's move on to the next one. So the question 6 is, what are the maximum, minimum, and average typical hours? Use typical hour columns. Let's grab the column pay, and the column is typical hours, and call max. And let's run this code only. So we have 40 here. This is the answer we want. He's asking to get all these three. So pass into the print statement. And let's copy this one. And let's copy again. And this is minimum value, mean, AVG, average. So call minimum here and mean here. So let's run this code first. So we have maximum typical hour 40, 10, 34.67. So we got the same answer. Let's talk about this hint here. Pay typical hour dot drop NA dot main. So we did not use this drop NA in our code here. If you remember, by default, Pandas drop all NA values, all null values. So if you don't drop null values, Pandas still don't consider those null values while calculating the mean. You can try this code as well, and you will see you are going to get the same answer. Let's put it in the print and copy paste here. If you see, you're getting the same answer here as well. So in the next question, he's asking for how many employees are on salary and how many are working on hourly basis. So in this case, the hint is group the data on a salary or hourly column. We know we can call group by on column salary or hourly basis. And if we run this code here, so we are getting group by dot data frame group by object at somewhere in the memory at this place. So we can call aggregate function. We need to call count because we want how many. So let's run this thing. So we have the hourly and salary, the same output here. Job title, department, full or part-time. So we have 7,883 persons on hourly basis and 24,775 on salary. Next question is, which department has maximum number of employees? This should be pretty simple now. We need to grab the department, and we can simply call value counts. And let's run this code. So we have all the departments. We only want the highest. Let's call head 2 because this is what we want in the output. So we have the same number. Moving forward, how many employees are on salary and how many are on hourly in the police department? So this is a little tricky. What he's asking for, first he's asking for grab the column which is department, get the persons who are police, and then group by on salary or hourly, and then return the count. Let's try to grab this thing. What we need to do, pay and grab the column department, and what is the condition? Police. So the police is all capital. Let's put it in the brackets and pass into our data frame pay. And then now what we did, we grabbed the column department and getting the condition where the department is police, and then calling group by on salary or hourly column. So if we run this thing, we are again getting a group by object. We can call it's how many again. Let's call count here and run this cell. So we have hourly, salary, and all these columns. Output, we can grab department here again. Let's run this code. So here we have the same output. What we did, we grabbed the column department, and got the persons who have the police department grouped by on salary or hourly, and then call the count on grouped data, and then grab the department again just to get the same output. Question 10. What are the mean, max, and minimum salaries? So the hint is use .str and replace. Create a new column, salaries, and separate the number from the $ as float. So if you follow the link, you can explore more on pandas.series.str.split. And a practical example is given on Stack Overflow link. So here, if you want, you can explore more. Let's try to create a new column here. What is the column? Pay, salary, and what we want to do, we want to grab pay, and the column is annual salary. So here we have annual salary, which is the column. If we move on, here we have annual salary, and it has $ and number. So we are grabbing this column, creating a new column from this annual salary, and our new column is salary. So here we are, and then calling str. So what we want to replace $. So here we have, so let's replace this $, and then convert using as type float. So what we're doing, we are grabbing the annual salary column, doing the replacement for $, and converting that value to float, and then passing it to new column, which is salary. So we are creating new column with numbers or float only. So let's run this cell. Here we have. It's always good to check the data frame. So here we have a new column, salary. So these are the salaries. Now we can pass. Now we can call max min on salary column. So he's asking for min, pay, salary dot min. Let's run this thing here. So we got the minimum salary. We can copy this one and paste it here. Max, mean. So this is going to be max, and this is going to be mean. Let's run this thing. So we have minimum, maximum, and mean salaries here. So here he's asking again for the head of the data. So he's asking to display 2 rows only. So here we have the same output. Next question is, find an employee who has the maximum salary. Do not use the max number you got above. And he's asking for try with IDX max. Let's try without IDX max first. Then we will explore how to use IDX max. So what is our condition? Pay, salary, and what we want, the pay. We want to do the generalized condition. So pay, salary, and equal to max. So we want to grab the salary where pay salary dot max equal to the pay salary. So what we want to do, we want to grab the salary where the salary is maximum in the salary column. So this is our condition. Let's pass into our data frame pay and run this thing. So here we have the same answer. So now he's asking to use IDX max. So let's try to see what is IDX max. IDX max returns index of first occurrence of maximum over requested axis. So axes are default 0, which is index, and 1 is column. So we want to grab the index. Let's try using IDX max. Let's put it hash. And what is? We want to grab the index, so we have to use LOC and then pay on salary column, and we can call IDX max. So what we are doing, we are calling LOC on our data frame pay and grabbing the column salary and calling IDX max on salary column. Let's run this through. So let's move on to the next one. Find the employee who has the minimum salary. Now use IDX min. Similar to IDX max, we have IDX min option in Pandas as well, which returns the index of first occurrence of minimum over requested axis. So once again, let's try to call this IDX minimum at first place. What we can do, similar to the previous code, instead of max, now we need to call min. So we are grabbing the salary column, calling ID min on that one, the first occurrence which is minimum, and then grabbing the location of that. So here we have, so job title, department, mayor's office, salary 0.96 NAN. So it's getting long. Let's split this lecture here. See you in the next part of the same lecture. Good luck.